I'm looking at here one Riff Raff operation here in our place, and I've seen how they done it. They just pile the rocks without cement underneath, and they just fill it up as they go. So you can see that they mix the cement, put it on the top, and try to cover the one that they filed in. So as they filed it in, they just cover the crevices with the holes that made by the filing. They just cover it up with cement. Whereas when I've done my Riff Raff before in one of my housing project, I even put rebars in the middle. Every 3 foot I put a rebar, and while they pile, every level of the pile of the rocks, I put cement. I don't do it like this. Because I always make sure that it's strong and can stand earthquake. Because as of this one, I don't really trust that this style of Riff Rapping can stand earthquakes. So they just file the rocks that you can see here, and then fill up the hole with cement, and then cement the top of it as well. So just the hole that you can see is not even inside where the filing of the rock should be, but I'm just showing you some of the Riff Raff style that some contractors do. And it's just like filing a pile of muck with rocks. And also the level of the Riff Raff is just straight. I have mine in cantilever, so it's more on the bottom than on the top. It's wider on the bottom for my style of Riff Raff I've done before in one of my housing project. So what I'm trying to show you, to give you an idea that if any of you is building houses and having Riff Raffs as boundaries or as base, in which I've done before, I have like I bought a land and I put a house on it, but it's quite steep. So to raise it up, I Riff Raff from the bottom to raise up on the level of the road. So but my Riff Raff was a lot wider on the bottom, and every 3 foot I put rebars on it. And you can see here, this is around Pulang Batu area in the riverside, and they are contracted to Riff Raff the river banks, because you can see there, that's the river banks that's been slowly been cemented, and the top here is still keep eroding, so they are now Riff Rapping the top. So you can see that the river is actually dried up when there is no typhoon, but when typhoon season, this river can really fill up to the brim. And you can see people there on the, ahead there on the that even children digging up sand and gravel by the river. So these are the Riff Raff that they gonna do here in our place. And these are the rocks and boulders that you can buy. And here they're also filing rocks again. This time they have a little bit of cement, because have you noticed that it's only small rocks that they file to make the Riff Raffs. There, you can see the Riff Raff line, but only a few cement is put in. I think they put the cement on areas where they put like a pipe, embedding a pipe for drainage. So you can see they have some pipes in certain areas, and usually it's around where the cemented part to keep the rocks together. And like I said, I don't trust this kind of Riff Raff myself, because as I said, I've done a Riff Raff and I don't do it like this. Every level have cement for me, and every 3 foot I have rebars, cross beams. I like cross beams. I have rebars, vertical and horizontal. And even the base of the Riff Raff got like a beam. I've poured concrete before I set in the boulders. So this is one style of Riff Raff here in the Philippines. Just a pile of rocks and fill up the holes. And I believe that you should be able to distinguish the different contractor style when you hire them, or better that you do it yourself. You just buy the boulders, like I said, around 500 pesos per square meter for big boulders, and you instruct the construction yourself what you want it done. And like I did, I hire my own workers, procure the materials, and then I tell them what the Riff Raff style I want to do. And that's the advantage. If you're not using contractors, you can really hit it big. You don't skimp on the materials used in your building like I did in my houses. I don't skimp on the materials that I use, especially my main house, guest house, and some of my housing project that I believe should be up to standard than just Filipino way of doing things. So you can see this Riff Raff here on the side of the road going to Pulang Batu. So that's their filing of rocks, and that's their filling. And have you noticed, they're already resting. After one mix, they're resting. The man told me that this finish is called rough finish because they just wanna use it like adhesive to the pile of rocks, so it won't come off, because they've been filing rocks with little rocks to make it level. So this is just roughing style of Riff Raff, because you can see they have put some little rocks to level up the big boulders.